Hey guys, what's up? It's Colton, Lindsay here coming at you live in the Fearless Agent Facebook group. Thanks for being here. I have a question for you. Are you interested in being successful in your real estate business? Are you committed to being successful in your real estate business? And the reason I asked that question, it's something that I've discovered over the last 13 years is there's a very big difference in the results that real estate agents have in their business when they're interested versus if they're committed. Right? Let me give you an example. Are you interested in joining Fearless Agent or are you committed in joining Fearless Agent? Interested means you're on the sidelines. You're waiting to get in. You're not all in. You're not willing to put your credit card down on the paper and get signed up and learn a step-by-step process. Committed is you're all in. You're willing to bank on it, right? There are several students. I know that there's one student that he signed up for Fearless Agent and he missed his mortgage payment, which I don't recommend that you do, but he missed his mortgage payment in order to make the commitment. So how are you looking at your real estate sales business? And you guys hop on, drop an L in the comments if you're watching live or an R if you're watching the replay, okay? So let's look at our real estate business. What is the difference between those that are interested and those that are committed to their business? I wrote down 4 different things that those that are committed to their business do differently than those that are just interested. And if you are committed, go ahead and give me a bunch of thumbs up as we roll through this, because commitment is for you and your family and really increasing your revenue. Put a money sign if you're down with that, okay? So number 1 is someone that's committed is going to act in spite of fear, right? How many of us are afraid sometimes or nervous, maybe even a little bit better word, to go on a for sale by owner appointment or to pick up the phone and prospect? Or maybe we were afraid at one point or we were a little nervous or anxious to start prospecting, right? I know for a fact that I used to be that way, but I still took action. I was to the point that my hands were sweaty, right? Like I'd show up and I'd have to to dry out my armpits because I was so nervous to go on listing appointments, right? However, it's still acting in spite of the fear, in spite of the anxiety. That's the difference between someone that's committed and someone that's interested, right? So many times people are afraid that if I sign up for a coaching program like Fearless Agent, that is it gonna work for me? I don't know. I need to get some more testimonials. I need to take a little bit more time to research. Okay, so that's acting in interest. Someone that's committed hops in, they go all in, and as soon as they sign up, they start memorizing the scripts, they start making the phone calls, they start building their database, they start taking action. So number 1 is act in spite of fear. Number 2 is do what you say you're gonna do, sometimes more, but never less. If you say you're gonna get on the phone with prospects, do it. If you say you're going to sign up for coaching, do it. If you say you're going to deliver your pre-list packet, do it. If you say that you're going to prospect at 8 a.m., do it. If you say you're going to make 150 contacts and 5 appointments this week, do it. Do what you say you're going to do. Sometimes more, but never less. That's the difference between someone that's committed and someone that's interested. Someone that's interested, they'll say they'll do it, but then they'll come up with excuses or reasons why they can't do it, right? And the best excuses typically are family, right? I can't tell you how many realtors come up with constant excuses that they put their family as the reason why they can't prospect. That's such a bunch of baloney. In fact, your family is the exact reason why you should prospect. Me and my wife had this conversation a long time ago. Listen, I understand your job is hard. As a mother of 2 daughters, it's a lot of work, true. At the same time, she understands though if I don't go to work and bring in the cheddar, then we don't get to pay for our daughter's lifestyle. We don't get to take them to dance, to tumbling, to put them into the nice Land Rover, the FJ Cruiser, or live in the nice 4,500 square feet, or go on the first class vacations. We don't get to do it if I don't work. So we've come up to that agreement that we are going to do whatever it takes, and she supports me that I'm going to put prospecting as the very first, most important piece of my life, right? Because that's what drives our business. So number 4 is willing to sacrifice what's great in order to get outstanding. And some of you guys just got to willing to be sacrifice what's good in order to get great. How many of you guys are having to maybe sacrifice watching Netflix at night or your favorite TV show or scrolling through Facebook or watching YouTube videos and spend an extra 30, 45 minutes focusing on your listing presentation? How many of you guys need to sacrifice maybe going on that vacation in order to join Fearless Agent Coaching? How many of you guys need to sacrifice an extra hour or 2 of sleep every morning in order to get up earlier so that you're at the office earlier? Be willing to sacrifice what's great in order to get what's extraordinary. That's number 3. Number 4 is do it even when you don't feel like it. I've been in this business for 13 years, and there have been several days, hundreds of days, maybe even 1,000 at this point, I don't know, that I didn't feel like prospecting. I just didn't feel like doing it. I did it anyways. That's the difference between those that are highly successful and those that stay average, those that stay just interested. So ask yourself, am I interested in success or am I committed in to having success. If I'm going to be committed to having success, I got to be willing to do what makes me money even when I don't feel like doing it. That's still part of number 3, actually, in sacrificing what's great in order to get what's outstanding. So let me just recap those 4 things for you. Number 4 is act in spite of fear or doubt. Number 2 is do what you say you're going to do, sometimes more but never less. Number 3 is willing to sacrifice what's great in order to get what's extraordinary or outstanding. And number 4 is do it even when you don't feel like it. Prospect even when you don't feel like it. Those are the 4 major characteristics of someone that's committed versus someone that's just interested. And so every time I ask someone about Fearless Agent or about success or about ways and tools to help them, mojo does not matter. When I hear someone say I'm interested, that tells me that they're not truly committed to their success. When someone says I definitely want to add tools to my business that allow me to be more successful, that's who I love to work with. And I know there's a lot of you guys that hopped on here. It looks like, I think Jason, one of those guys. Who else is on here that I saw hop on? Ken, one of those guys. Craig, one of those guys. Jonathan, Connor, I appreciate. Irvin, these guys, you are the ones that are committed. Now, the next question I would have for you guys specifically is how could you be even more committed to your craft, to your success, to your excitement? How can you take it one step further? Appreciate you guys being here today. If you guys have any interest in Fearless Agent, go to fearlessagent.com. At the very least, go find out so you can become even more committed. And those of you guys that are already committed, we appreciate you. Keep on crushing it. Let us know how we can love you, support you, and help you grow, put even more money in your pocket. Put a bunch of thumbs up here, and we'll see you on the next one. Subscribe now if you're on my YouTube channel. Boom. What I can do is